All right, guys. Well, welcome back for another episode of Off the Clock with Powder Slayer. This time, I've got America's favorite T Diddy. No, not that one. This guy might have slightly less baby oil, but I don't know. Maybe not. But anyways, T Diddy, brother, welcome. Thank you for coming on
Gang,
the pod
gang,
today.
baby. Hey, listen, man. The T stands for trustworthy, because I mean, you know what I'm bringing to the table. I'm not going to drop nothing in your drink.
Yeah, no, dude. So, okay, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you how I found out about you, and I'm sure I shitload of people, dude. You busting those goddamn moves way up in the air. That's the
Hell yeah,
first way I became known of you, dude. That was
hell yeah,
fucking awesome, and everybody
yeah,
tried to replicate it, and nobody could duplicate it.
yeah. Now there's something about this motion here that just people just lose their mind. And when you do it, I did it on a carousel at the mall the other day, and that one popped off too. But man, like I saw this one chick. I think it's Valerie. I think her name's Valerie. Who was just she did a Colonel Sanders get up, and that was just fucking. I was I was shook. I was like, you know what? I'll take that one. That's a good one. That's a good one, man.
Well, so I saw somebody and she was tagged in one of your comments too. There was so you did it, and then there was a handful, and then it popped off, and a handful of people did it, and then there was this one girl that kept popping off that would do it over and over and over,
Yeah, yeah, like
and
like three,
people were
four times
like,
a day.
"Yeah, just because you're doing it doesn't mean you're gonna get famous off of it." And now she's fucking huge,
Yeah.
but but yeah, she fucking got popped up in one of your comments though. But it's hilarious. Like I said, nobody's been able to replicate it just because how far off the ground were you, dude? That's crazy.
The very first one that I did, I think I was at like 250, 250 foot. I did one actually, ironically enough, the company the last company that I worked for prior to being separated from there, shall we say, I uh I topped out a 400 footer, and when I got to the top of the 400 footer, I went ahead and hit one, but it's in my drafts right now, and I've been kind of waiting to give it to the
Oh,
people because
dude, that
I
one's gonna
can't be
blast
posting too
off.
many of them at once. You don't
Oh,
want little flavor, put a little flavor in there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, give the people what they want.
That's it, baby.
Give them a little seasoning.
Yeah, yeah. Throw it up in there.
so, so do you always do like rap videos like that, like little dances like that? Is that kind of your thing or
I mean,
what?
honestly, no. So I don't really have a niche at all. I don't have
You
a
are the niche.
yeah. It's just who like this whatever all the different shit that has combined throughout the years, good and bad, has accumulated to form this thing. And this thing's kind of fucking funny and kind of fucking stupid sometimes, and people tend to like it. Uh, so yeah, I mean, honestly, like I just do. I've got a I've got a wide variety of different, artists and musics and genres and shit that I enjoy. And so it's funny. What I get a kick out of is always a huge reaction by, the people when you see a guy who looks like me, who's, banging sets and shit on top of a tower and, repping some 3-6 Mafia or, then jumping over and doing La Puerta Negra by Los Tigres del Norte, just I mixed it up. I just got a piano or a keyboard and I'm learning to play fucking Mozart. Like, you never know what you're gonna get.
That's awesome. And to be honest, so camera angles are deceiving because I saw that first video and I thought you were this big, bulky, fucking blue collar dude. And then I was like, all right. And then I look into your videos and I'm like, oh, okay. He's not this big, bulky fucking dude. What the hell? But yeah, so camera angles are just crazy and shit. But the more I've been watching your footage and all your content, dude, you're fucking funny. And
I
I
really
think the thing
appreciate
that
that.
people resonate with is, I mean, like me, what I say is that you don't give a fuck. You
No,
don't give a fuck.
no. Listen, man,
And that
I spent a long time giving a lot of fucks. And the only person upset by that was me. Like I learned, like water off a duck's ass, just let that shit roll off. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
no matter it does you get one trip around this rock, like we're on a big rock floating through space. It don't fucking matter what anybody else thinks about what you got going on. If you feel good and you're confident about what you're doing, it doesn't matter what it is. Just fucking do it. It doesn't matter. Be like
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like putting myself in a box, you know, because there's a lot of different spices and shit that get sprinkled in to make somebody who they are. And why not talk about all of them? You know, that's what makes you who you are.
Exactly. So for me, I'm out in the oil field and up in North Dakota. And I'll tell you right now, dude, North Dakota has some of the most kick-ass sunrises and sunsets. And there's fucking agates everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
What you call
And
me?
like, what's that?
I said, what you call me? Whoop.
Yeah, right. And I've always been the guy that like while I'm up there, I'll pause and I'll look at that fucking sunrise or sunset.
Dude,
And, I get into the grind and I just like, I got away from it for a second. And this buddy,
I lost you. I can't hear you anyway. I got no video, no audio, brother.
God damn it, somebody just called me. I'll edit that out though. Beautiful. Um, so anyways, so every once in a while I get sucked into it a little bit. And you kind of forget the small things. And this guy pulled me aside one time and he said, don't ever allow this job to change you. Like you're that guy that always is like watching this, watching that, watching the sunrises. Don't let this job change you. And as much as like as hardcore as the oil field is, you gotta be able to just enjoy the little things, because it'll drive you crazy, dude. There's guys out there all they live for is well servicing.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for enjoying the little things. I mean, sunrises and sunsets have always gotten me. My whole life, I love a good sunrise. I love a good sunset, and I'll be damned if I'm on a fucking tower. I can't tell you how many times. I can't count on fucking hands and toes in North America how many times I've been on a fucking tower and I've been almost done, and it's almost time for a sunset, and I get done and I gotta come down 30 minutes before the sun drops. I'm like, you know what, homie?
Yeah.
Can I just hang out up here? Like, you can clock me out. That's fine. I just want to hang out up here for a little while. And if they
Yeah.
say, I'm gonna get some photos of that sunset. I'm gonna get some photos of that sunrise. There's just something about it, man. You can't.
Oh yeah. Well, and I mean, even so, a workover rig is, roughly about 100 feet or so. So it's about 65, 70 feet at the board, and it's like I can't beat it, dude.
Yeah, no.
It's just
The moment you get above the trees, everything changes. There's just
yeah.
and it's quieter up there. I fucking love it, man. I don't know if it's my tism or what, but I fucking love that shit.
Isn't it amazing how it just continues to look flat? What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I spend. Oh, you're West Texas, right? You said right?
No, North Dakota.
Oh, North Dakota. Oh,
Well, so
North Dakota. Fuck.
I live in Idaho on my days off. Like I'm in Idaho right now,
Well,
but I
okay.
work in North Dakota.
Yeah, my brain hears oil and says West Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Man.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Texas or not, but let me tell you something. I've never been to North Dakota. Okay, is North Dakota just flat as fuck?
Flat as fuck.
Okay, yeah, Texas is the same way, and they have a saying that Texas is so flat that you can watch your dog run away for 2 days, and
They
you'll
say
see
the
him
same
die.
thing in North
Yeah,
Dakota.
you'll see him die of starvation before you lose sight of him. Like
Yeah.
it's the
I
same
mean,
thing.
well, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
It's almost true. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a trip.
there's some hill country in central Texas that's really pretty, like Marble Falls area, just north of Austin. There's some pretty climbs out there, but for the most part, I mean, Texas and southern Oklahoma, which is where I spent most of my time, just
Hmm.
fucking suck. You got to eastern Oklahoma and into like western Arkansas and shit. Oh my god, oh, the views,
Yeah.
bellissimo, fucking so good.
Yeah, so up in North Dakota, there's there is the oh gosh, what do we call it? Oh no, it's what is it called? I'm drawing a blank now. It's so beautiful I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Oh, the Badlands.
Oh yeah,
And I
yeah,
mean that is beautiful in itself. Like North Dakota sucks as a whole, but the Badlands is badass. Like I mean, and if you were to hunt in the Badlands and get a good hunt on a good big mule deer, you'd fucking earn that shit because it's some fucking canyons.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, do you hunt it all down there in Texas?
No, man, I did with my dad whenever I was young, and then as I got older, I'm just like, I don't have the fucking patience, and I spend the majority of my time working and trying to fucking keep the house afloat. So I I've only recently, thankfully, I've only recently begun exploring things that I actually enjoy doing instead of just grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. And
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'd love to pop up in a fucking tree stand. And I haven't done it since I was a kid, man. I got all the necessary equipment to do so and the skill set, but I just haven't done it.
Yeah. So my buddy that actually just called me. We want to come down to Texas sometime and do some hog hunting. You can like
Oh,
hunt out of helicopters
oh
and
my!
shit.
Now I've killed fucking thousands of hogs. Now
See, but
that's
now that's not hunting. That's just shooting.
that's just going out and killing them, man. Leaving them
That's
drop,
like
drop.
coyotes up here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you eat
yeah.
them? I've heard they're pretty good to eat.
I have, man. Ironically enough, very first time that I had hog, it was because my father, no bullshit, killed a fucking 400-pound hog in the front yard of his home in small town Texas with a ball peen hammer.
Hell yeah.
And it was the wildest experience, man. I just hear I'm inside the living room watching TV, and I just hear, "Oh God damn it, TD, get out of here!" And I run out there, and he's beating this fucking hog to death with a ball peen. And then he has me help him drag it up into his truck, and he cleans it. And I had pork, or I guess it's pork loin technically, but I had that for like 3 weeks solid, and I got very very tired of it because
Oh yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
big hog. It was a big hog, and once they get big, they get real gamey. Uh,
Hmm.
and it was not. I mean, it wasn't bad. I've definitely had way worse things in my mouth before. But
Hey.
it, it wasn't too awful. I hear that if you get a little baby pig, it's a lot better. And I mean,
Well, I mean, that's like, if anything, like a little fawn is tender
yeah,
or
yeah, a lot more
lamb or
tender.
whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over with you today. Just what got you started on social media, what why you did it in the first place, where you're at today, and then just kind of go over a couple things. I mean, like you said, you've been taking some time, for mental health. So kind of go over that with you, and how that's been.
beautiful,
And, you
beautiful.
know, I mean, maybe what happened if it sounded
Hey,
like they're kind of fucking
hey, man,
assholes.
listen, I got fucking time today, and
The
I ain't
price
worried
is
about it.
wrong, bitch.
I'm gonna let motherfucking, you know. Uh,
But
no, man.
yeah, anyway, so
Yeah,
what brought T Diddy to the internet? T
man.
Diddy
Listen.
Merica, because the other T Diddy, like, he's just baby
Yeah,
oil is what brought him to the
yeah, yeah. Old P Diddy, old Puff Daddy, man. Um, yeah. So, well, I mean, what brought? So I've been my government name's Travis, right? And from a young age, I didn't like the name Travis. I don't know why. I just didn't fucking like it. And so T Diddy Merica came to be. I'm not gonna hold you, pimp. I was under the influence of a lot of things at the time. At my buddy's house, we were sitting in my buddy's garage, man, and he had a 6 foot tall Corona beer flip flop hanging on his wall
Hell
of
yeah.
his garage that he got from some bar. And I was on a lot of different things, and we were having a great time. And I looked at him and was like, you know what? I don't want you to call me Travis no more. I want you to call me Professor T. Diddy McFlip Flop Jr. Jr. And I don't know why, but that just stuck. And I made my name on my social media. I made it T Diddy McFlip Flop. And I was like, that's kind of weird. You know what? I'm supermoto about America, man. So I'll just be T Diddy America. And so that's when the name came. That I've thought about changing it a few times for obvious fucking reasons, but I'm just gonna let it ride because I'm just gonna let it ride because I mean I've never raped anybody, so that's one thing. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, and as far as getting getting on social media and making videos and making content and whatnot, I had a roommate. This is in 2019. I think it was right when COVID was happening. Uh, I had a roommate that he was like, "Dude, you're so fucking funny, man. Have you gotten TikTok yet?" And I said, "I I'm not gonna get on there and do a bunch of fucking dances and shit. That's fucking, I ain't doing that. That's not who I am." And he's like,
Yeah.
"No, dude. Like,
Well, at the
it's so
beginning,
much."
that's all it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And he said, "No, dude, just get on there and be who you are because you're fucking hilarious and people are gonna follow you." And I was like, "You know what? Okay, I'll get on there. I'll mess around a little bit." And I did, and I started getting followers, and I get comments, and I get messages and whatnot. And I think really what drove me to do it, and this is getting a little deep and breaking down some layers on the onion here, but I didn't grow up with any friends. I was the like spoke about it earlier, called it a callback. I'm 6'3" and 205 pounds right now. I was up to 245 about a year and a half ago before I said I need to lose some weight. Well, when I was growing up, I was this short, fat kid my whole life. And we moved around a lot, man. And childhood just wasn't a fucking party. It wasn't great. And so, I was alone a lot. And when I started building a following and building an audience and having these amazing interactions with people from all over America and all over the world, it lit a fire in me to just be able to spread as much positivity into the world as I can, because I know the world can be a pretty fucking dark place. And a lot of my focus is on mental health and men's mental health in general, because I feel like it's something that I looked past a lot for a long time. And I've had some close calls where I may have not been here the next day. And I think that if you can, and I should say if I can make a 7 to 12 second video that somebody who's having a really shitty day and they're thinking all the bad things in the world, and they decide to scroll on whatever social media app that they have that I'm on, and they scroll and they see one of my videos, and whether it's brings up a core memory from a gangster rap song from the 90s, or it's talking shit about my old lady, and or something relatable, that kind of turns off that switch of everything sucks, because sometimes
Mhm.
that's all that we need is a reminder
Yeah.
that everything doesn't suck. Um, and so that's really what's kept me doing it as long as I have. Sometimes it's work, man. It's freaking work. Like
Yeah.
editing and coming up with ideas and whatnot. But dude, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because I've met so many amazing people through TikTok, through Facebook, through Instagram. I've met so many amazing people just by putting my shit out there. Because I think it gives people a spot to be seen and heard, and
Mhm.
that's one of the most important things to me anyway. Is if someone's having a bad day, because I've had a lot of them. Sometimes all you need is just to be seen and heard a little bit, and maybe to laugh a little bit instead of cry. And I think I'm doing a pretty goddamn good job of that so far.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is crazy, like how you said, you had a tough childhood and stuff. I mean, I came from the same fucking cloth, brother. It
Well,
was, when I was a kid, I was little short shit, dude. I was like, until I was like a freshman going into my sophomore year, I was like 5'1" on a good day.
oh man.
Yeah, and then I sprouted up, and I still still to this
Dude,
day, dude, I there's still
that
this name. So one day, I can't believe I'm telling this story right now, but I went to football practice, and I was wearing fucking jean shorts to I wore it to the fucking high school. And then I
you trying
changed
to
into
show off
my
some cheeks, huh? Yeah.
yeah, fucking changed into my regular attire for football. And ever since then, the rest of that high school experience at that high school, my nickname was Jorts. And it was so fucking bad that it would be the entire fucking bus, the entire fucking school, like everybody would just fucking zoom in on me.
Oh my
And
god.
oh, it just got to this point to where it was just like fucking unbearable, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and so unfortunately I had to fucking I came home one day, I sat down on the bar table. We had a center bar in our kitchen, and I sat down and looked at my dad and I said, I'm done. I'm not going back to that school, Dad. And he was like, Are you sure? And I said, Yeah, I'm done. And so he goes in there with me the next day. He fucking calls a meeting with the fucking teacher, principal, superintendent. We go back and forth. And at the end of it, he looks at it and he says, You know, he's done here, but this is your fault. You guys failed him, and he's out of here because of you guys. So I gained a lot of respect for my dad
Yeah,
that
good
day,
on him.
even
What a
more than I
fucking
already did.
dad, man. Your dad's a
The-
boss.
Oh, dude, but he said, "This is you failed," and I was like, "Hell yeah, Dad!" Well, because the other thing is like everybody wanted to fight me because I was like the little kid and stuff, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to fight, and but if I would have gotten past that point and allowed myself to maybe fight one of my bullies, they would have stopped, but I couldn't bring
Yeah.
myself to do it. So,
I mean,
you know,
honestly, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine the shame that that bully would feel being known as the guy who got his ass whooped by the guy in jorts. Like that's, you know, like could you imagine? Just hear me out. So the day we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna hop in our time machine real quick. We're gonna go back in time. Okay, you're gonna go get some fucking jeans and you're gonna cut them. You're gonna cut them so short that you can see the pockets hanging out from
oh, these are
underneath.
Daisy Dukes this time.
Yeah.
So these ones were knee length. They weren't like Daisy Dukes or
Oh no,
anything.
no, we're gonna take it all the way up and Daisy Duke it and just beat the living shit out of somebody. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you after that day. I promise you.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, dude, that's the hard part is like, and I have a daughter, and if I have a son, I'll always tell him like, if somebody's fucking with you, it doesn't even have to be physical, dude. If they're mentally fucking with you, you have my blessing to do whatever you need to do to get them to stop. Because
Yeah,
if you take that step forward, they will stop.
yeah, and a lot of times silence is just one throat punch away, and
Yeah.
that's. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not gonna talk shit if their trachea's collapsed. I don't.
Yeah. But now, believe it or not, now I'm 6'1", 215. So I don't have people don't quite want to fuck with me as much.
Dude,
You know.
I just had a realization. I just had a realization just like 2 or 3 months ago because I was, in a similar boat. Like I got fucked with because I was quiet. Like I was quiet and short and fat and had glasses and had acne. Like so I got fucked with. But I had the realization the other day. I was walking around. I was at a hotel somewhere, man. I was walking around outside having a little bit of cancer, and I went, "Wait a minute." I'm like, I'm the guy that people would be worried about. Like I remember being young and being like, "Oh my god, I hope a scary guy doesn't come out of the bushes." And like, I'm in a hoodie, looking over here, just I'm like, a child would be scared of me. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, because they tell you, right, to be the person that you feel safe as a kid.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so as far as like social media and stuff goes, like, do you have any like plans of where you want to take it, or
Well, yeah, I do.
well, how long you been on social media?
I've been on social media creating content
Yeah,
for
creating.
like five. I know I'm at 5 years, almost 6 years. Um,
Okay.
and one of one of the things that I'm going not that I want to do, but I'm going to do is I'm gonna make a run at stand up comedy.
Oh,
Um,
you'd be great at it, yeah.
yeah, I've had many people. I've had many people in the past 10, 15 years have told me that I probably should. And I just
Mhm.
never really put the effort into doing it. But I'm not a type, I've never made a New Year's resolution and like a real one anyway. But this year I said, you know what? I'm doing stand up comedy this year. at least one time, probably more than that. But what I'd like to do is I would like to just use my social media to spread as much fucking joy as possible and spread as much positivity in the world as I possibly can. And, let my whole gaggle of fam that I've got, let them know where I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna be doing. My perfect world I'd love to be, just traveling, even just around America at first. I'd love to just drive to whatever state and do some stand-up shows there and just let all my followers know I'm doing stand-up shows in these towns. um I I guess that's where I'm headed this year is stand-up comedy, and I'm gonna make that fucking happen because I think that would be
Uh,
fun.
well, if you have stand up in North Dakota or North Idaho or Eastern Washington, I'll be there.
Oh, I'll come out to your fucking rig. Don't play with me, boy.
Hell yeah. But dude, isn't the social media thing like crazy? Like, so
Dude,
you
it's,
have a
it's insane.
following and you can like, I want to do something, and I have a decent amount of people behind me that I have a chance to do it. I mean, to be honest with you, so with this whole podcast thing, so I first started this idea that I wanted a podcast because I'm a professional yapper. I've been a professional yapper my entire fucking life. I used to make little videos of myself and when I was a kid, and they didn't go anywhere but the digital camera. And right about that time is what was that app that the Pauls came famous on? It was before TikTok.
It was that Music Alley?
Well, Musically, but then there was one
No,
before
Vine.
that as well.
Vine.
Vine, yes, Vine
Vine. Yeah,
Kids. So
yeah,
I grew
yeah.
up right about the time of Vine. And if I would have like turned those into vines,
Oh yeah.
who knows what the hell would have
Yeah.
happened because I
Yeah.
mean they're pretty fucking funny
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at that time that you
Yeah.
could do
Well, like
something with it.
it's wild because the sky's the limit when it comes to social media and what it makes possible in people's lives. Um,
Yeah.
and I'd be lying if I told you that wasn't like a small little piece of my brain when I first got into it. Was just the the thought of being financially free by
The
making
freedom.
content. Yeah, it's not.
Yes.
I don't need a Lambo. I don't need a fucking mansion. I want to be able to go have a cup of coffee without worrying about what I have to do an hour from now. I want to be able to go book a flight to Vegas for the weekend just
Because you
cuz,
want to.
just actually be able to live instead of just
Yeah.
survive. And there's a lot of people that get famous for the wrong reasons, and I'm hoping to be one of the ones that gets famous for the right reasons.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
it comes down to.
Exactly. Yeah, so I wanted to start the first podcast is called Garage Bros. I did it with a buddy of mine that I used to work with, and we did one episode. And actually, I think it might be on this channel that these are going on, but it was years ago that I did it, and I didn't have any following or anything. And he had mentioned to me, he's like, "Dude, well, we got to make a TikTok," and I said, "No, I'm not making a fucking
Absolutely,
TikTok, dude."
absolutely, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not making a fucking TikTok, dude. He's like, whoa, but like you can clip them and that's how you get people to see you. I was like, we'll figure it out some other way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing TikTok. And so, anyways, that didn't end up coming about. And then fast forward now, and my fiance, she has TikTok and she makes EDM videos because we like to go to festivals and
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
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 And so she had hers going, and I couldn't watch the videos without the app. And so it got slow at work, and so I downloaded the fucking app, and I started watching her videos, and I was like, whatever, fuck it, I'll make a video. And the first one popped off with like 1,000 views, and I was like, that was
Hell
kind of
yeah.
easy. Yeah, I was
I,
like, that was kind of easy.
I can do this.
Yeah. And so I just started like posting like fucking crazy, dude, like 4, 5, 6 times a day, little
Yeah.
short fucking 7-second videos.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it starts, the following starts happening, and then I have a decent amount of people behind me, and I'm like, you know what? I've actually got a following now. I'm going to start this podcast thing. And then, first, right off the bat, she's like, "You need to get a hold of Dick Frost." And I was like, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but yeah, right. I'm not going to get a hold of fucking Dick Frost. And I fucking jumped into one of his lives and I fucking started bullshitting with him. And next thing you know, I was on his fucking podcast. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go for it.
Hell yeah,
So,
man.
and
Hell
now we're
yeah.
off the clock with Powder Slayer. And which is funny because Powder Slayer is my username from Snapchat when I was like 12 years old.
Dude, I was talking to my old lady and I told her your name and she was like, Powder Slayer?
That face right there, dude. I get that face so much. They're like, yeah, Powder Slayer. That's what they used to call me.
The moment that I told her your username, she was like, you guys are probably going to get along pretty well. Yeah, I bet we are.
But that right there, because I was gonna change it, but then I was like, you know what? It gets a reaction from almost everybody, and so
Yeah.
that
Like,
it catches their attention, even though it has nothing to do with oil and gas.
yeah, I may not like, and the connotation of it may not hold something positive in my mind, but who gives a shit? Because it gets the people going. Like,
Well, like T Diddy, dude. That fucking T
yeah,
Diddy caught my attention.
yeah, it gets the fucking people going. Like, does it say? Oh, it does say. Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like this one. He's the good Diddy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So real quick, dude, so like I mean you and I, we're both blue collar, you know what I'm saying? And like, we gotta keep our eyes safe and shit. So real quick, Bomber Eyewear. They are bringing this episode to you today. It is the bombest eyewear in the game. Because we can't hear titties.
You can't hear titties. You got to protect them eyeballs, man.
So today's episode brought to you by Bomber Eyewear.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Bomber.
So yeah, no, dude, your fucking shit cracks me up for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what do you do for a living? Like you
So,
didn't actually fully say what it is.
okay, yeah, no. So, I'm a tower technician, and what that means is a lot of fucking shit. What it means is I do whatever they tell me to do, up to and including climbing big ass structures, rigging, hanging equipment, aligning dishes, decommissioning old equipment off towers, putting new shit up, taking old shit down, digging trenches, running conduit, setting enclosures, pouring concrete, building
Huh.
fences, a
So
little bit
for
of
like
everything.
tower?
Yeah, no, not for power. For so it's telecom,
Oh, for like
and
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
yeah, it's been for the last two companies that I've worked for have been for wireless internet service. They're wireless internet service providers,
Mm-hmm.
and then the company that I'll be starting up with the 19th of this month is going to be cellular, working for a buddy of mine. So I'll be doing the builds and mods and decomming cell gear off towers as of the 19th of this month.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Glad to hear you got back on your feet. I figured you would, especially when you had that initial like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do?" And then you could see you took that collective breath. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Fuck
yeah,
it." I knew you were gonna be fine.
yeah. No, I'm 37 years old now, and it took me a long time. It took me a long time in my life to find my voice, if that makes sense. Yeah, I've always been the fucking hardest worker, and I've been the guy that puts his nose to the grindstone and breaks his back. And I don't ask stupid questions. I do my fucking job. I get it done right. I come in early. I stay late, and I don't complain. And yeah, I'm using this little break from work at whenever when everything went down. Which by that I mean I got fired from the last company that I worked for. I worked for them for almost 3 years. Never had a problem there, but I got fired from there after I lost my fucking cool. I had a mental health break over some bullshit that happened at work with a coworker, and let's just say I had a little conversation with him in the warehouse, and that little conversation, it was a good conversation, which started off with, "I'm going to teach you something that apparently your fucking father never did, which is how to talk to a man." Um,
Yeah.
and that escalated pretty quickly after he rebutted me on some things, and I didn't know that in the next office, while we were in the warehouse that has an office attached to it, I was unaware that there was a man in that office on a Teams meeting with all of the bigwigs,
Oh
uh,
fuck.
who heard
Oh
who
fuck.
heard everything. And I had some personal things going on in my life, having to do with my son. That I was trying to help him through some things that he was dealing with his mental health, and it was weighing on me heavy. And so everything kind of snowballed. Everything kind of snowballed, and I had a little mental health break. And I've never, I mean, I've had times in my life where I've popped off and I've kind of popped a little bit. And it used to happen all the time, and now it doesn't happen anymore because of emotional regulation and shit, and that's what they teach you in therapy.
Sure.
um, but I recognized that this is not normal me. Normal me doesn't do those type of things anymore. Normal me maintains his composure, maintains his bearing. Something's going on that's not cool. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, what's happening is they wanted me to be on call instead of being with my children who I don't have custody of. I get to see them. I get visitation. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted me to roll out to a site to fix the site that was down while I had my kids. And I said, man, I no longer care to be on call. I didn't sign up for it. I wasn't hired on for that. You guys put me in this position after you fucking laid a bunch of people off and stuck me over in maintenance when this isn't even what I was supposed to be doing in the first place. Uh,
Yeah.
so I went in the next day and I told my boss, I said, hey man, listen, first things first, I gotta tell you that I don't apologize for a single thing that I said yesterday. Not a single word of it was untrue, and I mean every bit of it. But I do have to apologize to you for losing my cool because that was unprofessional. I just told him, I said, I cannot be on call with you guys. This is it's not up for debate. I know that it's probably going to cost me my job, but for my mental health, I need to be with my children when I'm allowed to see them, or I'm going to fucking lose it. So
Yeah.
do whatever you need to do. I understand. And he had me work the next couple of days, and then fast forward till Monday, I walk in, and of course, they walk you in the office with a little laptop lady already on the screen. Um, and so when I walked out of there, and it felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off of my shoulders. Uh, because I didn't realize how bad of a work environment that it was, and I didn't realize how much I had accepted that I should never have accepted out of that company. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was a blessing for me that it sucked that it had to happen the way that it happened because especially since I've never had not one incident, not one write up or violation or anything like that in that whole 3 years that I was there. So it sucked. But at the end of the day, I was able to walk out of there and go, wow, I can fucking breathe now. And there was a point in time in my life where I lost jobs because I was a dirtbag, and this
Mm-hmm.
wasn't one of those. So I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm fucking damn good at what I do. I can get a job tomorrow if I want one. I'm gonna take a little bit of time and I'm just gonna fucking breathe and I'm gonna smell the goddamn roses and I'm gonna watch the fucking sunsets. And if I want to sit in my recliner in my pajamas and my fucking slides, that's what I'm gonna do all day long. And now it's been a couple weeks and I can't fucking wait to go back to work. I'm losing
Oh,
my
it's
fucking
crazy,
mind.
huh? Yeah. So I had a similar thing, not quite like that, but I was at the actually the job I'm at, the employer I'm at now. I had I had left them because I just wasn't getting the hours that I was getting, and I went to a new job, same industry, same rig company, all that, and I had a buddy that was operating over there, and he reached out to me and said they were hiring, and I was like, "Fuck, all right." Gave me what was going on, this and that, and so I went over there, and just right off the bat, I felt relief. I felt like I get it. I get the other side now, and but at the same time, it was a little off.
Yeah, it hurts.
And
It hurts a little bit.
what's that?
It hurts a little bit.
Yeah. And so I was working there and it was going good and I was there for full hitch. And then I I came back for day when I came back from days off, go back to work. like first day we were pulling an ESP, which is a electronical submergible pump,
Mm,
which is like instead of rods that are pumping the oil out, it's just this pump that goes down, and that's how they're pumping the oil through. We were pulling that out, and they have bands, and it goes over the collars and stuff. And we pulled the first one, and it hit the slips, and it readjusted, and they had to readjust it. So I walked back to I was in the board, and then I went to turn around, and all of a sudden the rig goes boom. My whole fucking rig shakes.
mm,
The fucking dude, he crowned that fucking rig out.
mm.
Oh, dude, it was the most exhilarating thing I've ever been through in my entire life. So I get down to the ground, and everything's got to sort out, get all the stands back. The operator goes and does his thing because of what happened. So for the next couple days, it's a little tense, as it should be, because out there it's like you don't want to be making mistakes like that.
Yeah,
And so nobody's knowing what's going on. And all of a sudden, I know that these two new guys show up, and one of the guys climbs, which is my position. I asked to climb, and they're like, "No, we want to see what he's doing." And we're like, "Oh, okay, whatever." It's kind of weird, but so I just go do random fucking in and out things because on that rig, everybody had kind of their position. I was the derrick hand, you had the floor hand and stuff. So I just
yeah.
kind of did my thing and fixed what needed to be fixed, and then next thing I know, I go back up, and we're doing what's called a wet trip, and the pump stuck, and so all the fluid is still in the hole, so as you're breaking everything out, it's wet.
Mm.
And I mean, this one's so wet that I'm getting wet up in the derrick, so I'm getting covered in salt water and oil. I'm like, fuck, this is gay. And I come down out of the derrick, and my pusher walks over to me. He's like, "Hey, I got some bad news for you, buddy." I was like, "Oh," he's like, "Yeah, you've been let go, and you need to get out of your apartment tomorrow by 5." I was
Oh,
like, "Fuck." Okay.
like me, right?
Yeah. And so anyway, so I'm like, I thought he was kidding, and then I just kind of, gained myself, and I freak out a little bit, like not at work, after work. I freak out in my head a little bit. I'm like, "Oh fuck, what am I gonna do?" And then I, take a step back. I realize kind of what I got going on, and I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it."
It's okay. It's okay. Everything's
Yeah.
okay. Guess what?
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and
The- the-
so I'm gonna take some time. So I also took, 3 weeks off.
well, we
And
get in this mode, and I was in mine for 20 years. You get in this mode of just work, 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 go, 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 go.
yep.
And I mean, for the majority of my life, I've always lived paycheck to paycheck. So that
Yeah.
was why that was happening. But once you,
Me
if
too, me as well.
yeah, but once you start making a little bit more than a paycheck to paycheck, still not much more, but a little bit more, and you get your finances right, and you start saving a little bit, at least a little bit. When you have something to fall back on, it's like, okay, now I can breathe a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
allowed to, and that's you set you set your future self up for success or failure, and you don't even know you're doing it.
Yep, exactly. I always tell everybody out here, it's like it's good when it's good, but when it's bad, it's bad. So you need to save to prepare for when it's bad because I mean, the stats say that most Americans are one bad month away from being homeless.
Yep, yep, yep,
And that's
and
I mean, that's a scary thought.
yeah, I
But
mean, I was homeless one time in my adult life, and that was because of my own fuck ups. I just kept fucking up, and I slept in my truck for a couple months, and then I said, you know what? I don't want to do this ever again. This actually sucks.
yeah, well, it'll teach you one way or the other.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah. So now I'm back at the first employer that I was at. It was cool they took me back. But my plan that I got going on, I'm starting a new job in February, which is going to be way better than either of these, making just as much money. I found out about it on TikTok. Like
No shit.
I was on TikTok live, and I accidentally clicked on the wrong guy, and I had gone back and forth with him, and yeah, so when the new pad's ready, I'm gonna go work with him, and
Hell
it's
yeah.
making as much money as I was making breaking my back for 90% less work.
And
So
you absolutely cannot beat that. You cannot beat it.
absolutely not. You know, but it took me losing what I had, but taking a second to breathe.
Yeah,
And
and then
also,
the universe said, "Here you go. Here,
yeah,
here you go."
yeah, well, and then I've been asking, like, I wanna get like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed my time on the rigs, but, like, it's just like, how many close uh-ohs do you get
Oh,
before
yeah,
it's not an uh-oh anymore, and you're like,
yeah,
"Oh, fuck,"
yeah, yeah.
you know? And it's
Woo.
like, and also, I don't know, the dudes that have just, like, that never get off the rigs and are just there 20 years later, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck
There's
that.
like I enjoy pain a little bit, but listen, I'm not that big of a masochist. Like I'm my plan is to continue doing what I'm doing until my body says it's time to stop, which isn't too far away. And at
Uh-huh.
that point in time, then I'm running crews doing the shit I used to do. Like that's
Yeah,
that's the next steps in that, because when you're real hard on your body, man, it ain't gonna last forever.
yeah. But yeah, no. So that was the crazy part for me is it just I took a second and it just everything just fell into place and really like my TikTok in the 2 to 3 weeks really took an upscale. This because I had time to fucking do it. I
Oh
was
yeah.
I was a more popular rig hand acting like a rig hand on TikTok than I ever was when I was a rig hand on
Yeah, you ain't
TikTok.
got no time to do it on the rig.
Yeah, exactly. But dude, it's funny with the whole like do you get recognized out in public?
Dude, I do, and it's the weirdest fucking
It's
thing.
fucking weird.
Because I'm gonna be transparent with you here. Like, I'm just a fucking dude, man. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy with some kids and a dog and some cats and an old lady
I'm
living in
just
a
a dude playing another dude.
a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. But yeah, dude, I was working down in San Antonio. I was working down in San Antonio, and I went to Elliott's Electric Supply, and this guy was following me out with a bunch of conduit. And we get outside. He's like, "Hey, man, I just had to say, I fucking love your shit." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You did it in America." And I went, "I mean, yeah, I am, but I'm trying to go lay some conduit, man. Like, I don't, thank you." But like, and then I get in the truck and I'm like, hell yeah. Like, that's, it's a cool feeling, but it's a weird one. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's totally. I mean, I've gotten recognized a couple times at work and stuff. And then I had one guy, dude, reach out to me who's a manager of a northern oil field supply up in Williston. This dude gave me a freaking he gave me a lunchbox, insulated lunchbox, a hat, shirt, stickers, all for just wearing the sticker on my hat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. Hell yeah, man.
It's crazy, yeah. No, but the possibilities that you have from TikTok is crazy. That's
Yeah,
what
it's you never know. You never know who's watching from where. Like
yeah.
there's so many different genres of things on TikTok. There's some I mean there's some wild shit on there, but there's a lot of good content on there from all across the board. Whatever you can think of, if you want to see it, it's probably on there.
Yeah. No, there's some weird shit on
There's
TikTok
some
for
real
sure.
weird shit on there. So.
Yeah, I try not to get to that side of the internet, but god
Yeah, no, if
damn.
I ever act like I got some buddies with fucked up senses of humor, and they'll send me some shit every once in a while. I'm like, dog, do not send that to me, because now my algorithm is going to think I enjoyed it because I watched the full video for you.
Right?
Like,
Yeah. Have you seen the dude, the Sus King?
yeah,
Dude.
yeah,
He's so fucking funny.
he
And
is.
what's hilarious is it's just him reacting to videos. But then, like, most of the time when he cuts to his reaction, that's my exact reaction
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
video. And I'm
Every
like, oh
time
shit,
I'm
okay,
look,
we're the same.
I'm looking at my phone the same way he's looking back at me every time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's awesome. Well, good. I'm glad that so you're starting up work here soon. So what are you doing for the last few, the 19th? So you got what, 2 more weeks?
Yeah, I got 2 weeks, man. Really, I don't have anything on my agenda, other than I've been fucking hitting the gym. I've been hitting the gym with my homeboy, just so I can be back in good shape to climb again. Um,
Mhm.
And
Oh,
other than
dude, it takes a toll on you, bro.
no,
So I climb
it's
up into the derrick. I mean, fuck, when you're doing that
yeah,
every day,
yeah.
sometimes I've done it 20 times in one day. God damn.
Jesus. Yeah, I did three goddamn climbs a day. I did three climbs one day, one time, and that absolutely fucking whooped
It's
my
so
ass.
different though.
But yeah, the thing about it is the muscles that you use. So you use opposite muscles going up and going down.
Yep.
So when you get going up, you use your legs. Coming down, you use your arms. And then on some work you come down on the rope, and when you come down on the rope, it's a lot of core,
Oh
and a lot of
god.
lower back.
Are you sliding down on it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got a D5 descender. I think I got it here somewhere. Uh, on my rig and shit. No, it's a descender that you snap onto the ropes. You're coming down on the rope. You're descending
Mm.
down on the rope.
Oh, okay.
Controlled descent. You're not supposed to kick off the rope and actually rappel, or kick off the tower and rappel. You're supposed to just walk down the tower, but literally no one does that. But yeah, when you're coming down on the rope, man, if you're doing snap ins and shit, snapping the cable in and taking the grommets and shit off, well, your ads will just be on fire by the time you hit the ground. It's
Oh yeah.
it's a hell of a workout, and that's the thing about it is too is if you if you have a job like that and then you take like even just 2 weeks of not doing that, the first one back's gonna kick your ass. Like
Oh yeah. Oh,
it's
you're gonna get
insane.
worked that first day.
Yeah, you're gonna get worked
So how did
hard.
you get into that? How'd you get into that work?
Man, I saw one of my Facebook friends. His name was Weston. I saw him post a picture of himself on top of a tower, and I went, "That looks fucking cool." And
Right.
he said, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." I said, "Okay, can I get a job?" And he's like, "When we're hiring, I'll let you know." And sure as shit, like 6 months later, he's like, "Hey, you still want a job?" I said, "Hell yeah, I do." And so I hired on with them as an internet company as well. But I hired on with them doing residential and commercial internet installs, running cables, setting routers up, putting dishes on the roof and pointing them at the tower. And then got transferred over to the network side, which is doing all the tower work on the opposite side. So the customer's equipment points at a piece of equipment on the tower and they talk. And
Mm.
I started doing that for them, and then yeah, fell in love with it, man. After my probably third climb, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I really like this. I don't know why, but I really like it.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I've heard so I assume that's not the job I'm talking about, but I've heard that there's a job out there that they pay you like
Twenty
per
thousand
climb.
dollars.
Yeah.
Man, listen, it is it is the biggest fucking joke in the tower industry because like I've seen that video. I've seen that video probably a
Oh, dude, we all
thousand
talk
times.
about it out in the oil field as being
Yeah,
bear cans, and we're
like
like, bro, 6 climbs a year, you're good.
yeah, if that so there are careers in the industry where you get paid per foot of the climb,
Oh yeah.
and there are also jobs working on tower lighting, obstruction lighting. It's for the FAA,
Where
and
you change
so
the light out.
yeah, there are guys that change light bulbs, they change strobes, or they install them and they run power to them and shit like that. So there are those jobs, but man, yeah, I really wish that video was real. I really do, because that I'd do it 12 times a year, so I'd have a lot of money.
Fuck yeah. Once a month, I'm game.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter though is just like what I have to assume in most other blue collar industries is the pay is not what you think it's not what you think it is,
Yeah.
and the way that I mean, linemen make a lot of money. Linemen make a shitload of money, as well they should. Uh, Tower techs don't make shit for what they do. They just in general don't. And the only reason that they have a lot of money if they are a tower tech is because they get per diem, they're away from home, and they're working fucking 80 hours a week. That's anybody. You're gonna make money if you're putting in 80 a week and you're getting per diem. It doesn't matter what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But if you're home every night and you're not getting overtime and you're climbing towers for a living, you can make more money working at fucking Bucky's.
I mean, that's how. Bussies.
Busses.
I want me a little bussy sandwich.
Goddamn, I'm gonna head over to Busses. You want a sandwich?
No, I mean that's how it is, like in the oil field too. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
local working 5 days a week, you're not making like. I mean, you're not making bad money, but
Yeah,
you're
it's not
not
bad. It's
making
not it's
like
not horrible fucking money, but it
you're
ain't
not
great.
making the boom money.
Yeah.
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 Now, let me tell you what, if you're on a 20 and 10 schedule and you're working 5 days a week with little to no per diem, oh, dude, you're living the dream.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But, okay, awesome. Well, brother, I got a couple more questions for you.
All right.
So, the second one, this is a bonus question because I think you're the kind of guy that would love this question.
Let me get my
So,
buzzer ready.
anyways,
Okay.
well, actually, no, but fuck that. Before we get into that, hey, you can't have kids anymore.
I can't have kids anymore. Bow,
How
bow,
did
bow,
that
bow,
go?
bow. I got
How
my
did
nuts
that
cut
whole
like a
thing go?
dog. Gang, gang.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it as
no,
shitty as they say it is, or what?
dude, listen. Okay, first and foremost, I just have to say this because I've talked to several people who have had it done, and every single one of those sons of bitches said, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal.
I've heard it's a
I'm
big deal.
glad that other people had that experience with theirs. I'm like, I'm glad they had that experience. Mine was not a super positive experience. I would go back and do it again. Um, but I mean, apparently my body doesn't react to lidocaine like normal people's bodies do. And so when he grabbed a hold of the right grape, then he shot me up with lidocaine, and then he started going to work, and I felt it. And then he continued
Mm,
working before the
mm.
next shot kicked in. It was one of the weirdest, most uncomfortable feelings ever. And I don't even know how to describe it other than I guess if you took a if you took a piece of string and wrapped it around your testy and just yanked up on it a few times real hard. Um,
Oh,
and
fuck.
but from the inside, like it was absolutely not comfortable at all. And
Oh,
and
man.
on top of that, this one may be my fault. I don't know, but they prescribe you a Valium, one single Valium to take an hour before you get there. And Valium is apparently an anti-anxiety medication. I am undiagnosed professionally, but I got anxiety like a motherfucker. So when I took my Valium an hour ahead of time, I apparently I just went from here to a normal person's mindset. I didn't get the effects of the medication like normal people do.
Mm.
uh that's what the doc told me. He's like, yeah, you don't really seem like you were affected by that. And I said, I don't feel a whole lot different. I am a little bit, I'm a little bit more calm, but yeah. And he goes, yeah, normally my patients are pretty out of it when they get it done. I was like, well, I'm fucking coherent as shit and I'm uncomfortable. So can we can we get this shit done, brother? Because I for like the the entire experience. I mean, it's comical because first of all, I've never been caressed like that by a man, and you know when he when a doctor is going to perform a procedure or a minor surgery on any area, the first thing they do is apply betadine or iodine, and to clean the area. Well, that doctor, he lathered me every fold from below belly button to tank in betadine. And it was warm and it kind of felt good. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of felt good. So I told the guy, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna need you to stop because we're both about to be real uncomfortable if you keep doing what you're doing right now. Because when I tell you, I didn't even have to look down, but I know there wasn't 1 square millimeter of unbetadined area in my entire bathing suit area. Not one bit. It was, it was, there was a lot going on, man. There was a lot going on. And, it was all in all, as uncomfortable as the experience was, the healing from it, the healing from it was more uncomfortable for me because you got to keep super tight drawers on, and you got to ice your boys. And when you stop icing your boys, and the first time you look at them and they look like little avocados, it's like, hey man, that's weird. Um,
I don't feel like that's right.
yeah, yeah, and it's not a great feeling. Also, I mean, I ain't shaved my balls since I was like 19, and you gotta shave everything when shit's shaved, everything sticks together, and you gotta peel shit off of each other all the time. So it's I don't know, man. I'm ready to have my hair back, and I'm ready to be complete again. Like fucking, I'm glad I can't have kids, but I'm ready for everything to just be back to normal. Because being off of, I mean, the first 3 days, I didn't leave my recliner except for go take a piss and get something to eat. And then after that, it's been slow. Today was my first day back at the gym because I haven't done anything physical for 2 weeks, and it feels good to be back to normal. I'm starting to feel like myself again because man, I just sitting in that chair for a week was just not good for my
Yeah.
brain
Oh
at
man,
all.
don't get me wrong though. I can get down with some fucking relaxation nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man. For a couple days is exactly what the doctor ordered. Give me 3 to 4 days where I don't even have a phone and close the blinds, put something on TV, and let me just rot, and then I'll
Oh,
come back to reality.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, good. I'm glad that you're doing better, dude, because that sounded fucking terrible.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Man. Don't let nobody lie to you. That shit ain't fucking fun.
Yeah. All right. So the first question. So T Diddy America. Now that you know what you know throughout life, and if you could go back to your 10-year-old self, what is one thing that you would tell yourself?
If I could go back to my 10-year-old self, the one thing that I would tell myself,
Or a couple things, but
well, I think there's really just one, and it would be to allow yourself the grace to fuck up and know that every time you fuck up, it's building a better you in the future. That's
amen.
it. That's it right there.
There's never
Because
failure. You're always learning.
listen, man, I've learned. Well, first of all, I've fucked around a whole lot and only found a few times. But you know, I've learned a lot in my life, and I've never learned a single thing from doing something the right way the first time. You learn when you fuck up, and then
Yep.
you have a choice when you fuck up. It's to either learn from it and grow and do better, or to succumb to it and just keep fucking up. And I did that for a long time, and that doesn't pay off.
Yep.
So learning from your mistakes and giving yourself grace to know that it's okay when you mess up, but just acknowledge it and fix it and move on. That's the key to life. That's the key to happiness to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, you may fuck up, but learn from it. Which is crazy though, is that you get the greatest you become from learning the wrong ways, how to do it the right
Absolutely.
way. That's why when you were a kid and they would, your parents would tell you, "I'm not telling you this because because I just want to yell at you." It's like I've been there before. I've done what you've done. I'm telling you from experience, but
I
you're
can
like,
tell
"Talk to
you
your
where
mom
this
and dad. I don't want to hear it."
I know you're the smartest person in the fucking world right now, but listen, I've
Yeah,
done it. And here's my rap sheet for it. Like I've made the mistake that you're going down.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, T Diddy, this is a bonus question that not everybody gets. I just kind of feel them out and see if they qualify for it.
All right.
All right. Do you sit or stand up when you're done?
Stand or stand up. Man, my mind went to so many places right then. I'm gonna say stand up, and I honestly don't know what we're talking about.
When you wipe.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Listen, I know how hard it was for you to talk about your jorts, okay? And that's That's the only reason I'm going to be transparent here with you because I stand.
Dude, the best of us do.
Listen, man, I've always thought I was a weirdo for doing
You
it.
hear that, Bridget? Yeah.
Brother. Like there's a way that I was taught, and it makes sense to me because you kind of squat, you do a little squat stand, and you pull the cheek over, and now you got a big opening. You can clean that motherfucker off real good. And the reason I do that is because no one wants to eat off a dirty plate.
Oh,
Oh,
gentlemen.
oh, I
Oh,
got
gentlemen. So, believe it or not, it's about 50-50. My for whatever my fiance, she fucking I don't know how we came about this, but she loves asking everybody this question. And she told me to incorporate this into my podcast. And I was like, I'm
it's
not
a
doing that.
brilliant fucking question because honestly, like I would have never guessed that that was the question that was coming based on our interaction and the way that you threw it in there. Fucking perfect. It like I didn't have time to think about whether or not I wanted to bullshit you on the answer. It was just immediate, brutal honesty, and I was like, you know what? I'll fuck with this. So thank you, Bridget.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
All right, bud. Well, it was a pleasure. I appreciate it, dude.
yeah, I had a
Your
great time, man. Thanks
content
for
is
having me on.
fucking unmatched. I can't wait to see the next the next 3-6 Mafia off an even fucking taller building.
That's it, baby. Only way up. Only way
Uh,
up, man.
all righty, guys. Well, that was another episode of Off the Clock with Powder Slayer. T Diddy. Oh, real quick, where can they find you?
You can find me, well, I mean, in your dreams if you think hard enough.
Oh,
Now you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Those are the three that I'm on. T Diddy
oh,
Merica.
under T.
Yeah, two
Okay.
A's on the end. That's at T Diddy Merica everywhere. Find me, follow me, fucking be my homie. Let's talk.
Hell yeah. All right, brother. As always, peace.
Peace.